Hi everyone, welcome to our day 15 of Power BI training. So from our past 14 sessions, we have learned so many concepts in Power BI, like from the starting loading data in Power BI canvas, to create measures, to create data model, to to create visuals, and to create some DAX functions and etc. etc. So now it's time to create a Power BI end-to-end project. So let's get started. Today, what I did, I have loaded five tables, five dimension tables, and a fact table. And first of all, we will start. We will apply all the things whichever we have learned through our this 14-day session. We will apply those things and we'll create an end-to-end sales analytics dashboard here. So let's start from the transformations. So basically, whenever we are loading any tables, first of all, we have to check whether the table is having any kind of transformation issues or not. So for that, let's go to the transform data. So in the home, you can see we can click on the transform data. And here we have all the tables written as queries in the left hand side. So let's start with the buyer. So here you can see we don't have a proper naming for all the tables, which we discussed in our previous sessions. Key to keep proper naming to the tables as well as to the columns so that it can look business friendly. So let's write it dim buyer, dim organization, dim product, and others also we will do. For the columns as well, let's change it as buyer ID, buyer name, country with C capital, and city will be with C capital. Okay. Like that we have to do for all the tables. So after doing that, what we will do, we will check any kind of data types issues are there or not. So let's see in the buyer table, this ID is in the text format, which is correct. Again, name is also in the text format. The country is fine, city is fine. Let's see the organization. Here ID, here everything is in text because everything is text data. Let's see the product. Here we have the unit price, which is in the decimal, which is correct. The project, the dates are in the date format, which is correct, and the budget also is in decimal, which is correct. Everything is fine. Here as well. So everything as per the data types is perfect in our data set. So what we have to do? We have to click on the close and apply. So here you can see our tables, whichever we change the names is got changed. We have to do same for other tables as well. Then we have to create the relationships. So here, as of now, we don't have any relationships just because I closed the auto detect relationship feature in this particular file. So how we will create? We'll go to the manage relationships. We'll click the new relationship. We will select the first the sales fact table. Then we will select our dimension table. So as of now, let's select the dimension buyer. Then here buyer ID will join buyer ID and we will keep the cardinality as many to one. As I explained earlier that for dimension is having unique rows and sales is having multiple records for each and every dimension. That's why the fact table is kept at the many side and the dimension table is kept at the one side. As of now, we will keep the cross filtering as single only and we'll save. Like that, we will create the other relationships as well. So here you can find we don't have the date dimension here. So we always should have one date dimension so that we can join it with the sale date and we can use that particular date dimension for our visuals. So let's create a date dimension. So I will click on new table I'll write date table and I'll create it by calendar auto function we have, and we'll keep that fiscal year end month as 12, like December this year. We'll keep enter. So in my date table, as if I can show you in the table view, now you can see it is having the date from the started, like first date which we have in the model. From then to we selected 12, which is this current year's last month. Okay. I'll keep this column in the date format, and I'll change the format also DDMMYYY, and we can create a relationship with the date as well. Okay. Another thing what we discussed is to create a metric table where we can create all the measures and we can keep all the measures in a single place. It's a kind of best practice to follow when we are working in any of the Power BI project. So to create a metric table, which will be a blank table, we will click on the new table. We'll name it as metric table, which will be nothing, just we have to write inside curly braces, we have to write blank. So here you can see we have a blank table created where we can create all our metrics. So these are the things which we have to do in our file before to start our project. So I had completed those things in this file. Here you can see I had changed the names. So here date table, we have date. Here bar table, we have name as change names. So this I already did so that we can just start creating our metrics. So I have created some couple of metrics also. So let's first discuss what metrics we can create. So let me just open the sales fact. Here in the sales fact, you can see we have the quantity and we have the total amount. So the first initial metric which we are going to create is the total sales. So as you can see, the total sales is nothing, just sum of total amount from the sales fact. Again, we can create total quantity sold, which will be again the sum of total quantity. We can create the average sales, which is nothing, just average of sales fact total amount. And we can create the average quantity sold as well. Okay. So these are the key metrics which I created previously only. Okay. You guys also can create this matrix. Now let's start working on the dashboard. So what kind of visuals we should have in our dashboard? So we have discussed that we should always keep some KPIs. We should always keep some clustered column chart, bar chart, pie chart, donut chart, and line chart, also as well as table graph. So these things which we discussed in our previous sessions. So let's create a dashboard with including all these visuals. Okay. So we will start with the KPI. So let me just create a KPI. So I have selected the card visual here. I will select the total sales. So we have our total sales as 658 million. Let me create another KPI which will be the average sales. So we have average sales as $131,000. Let's create now the total quantity sold, which is 253,000. And let's create the last one, which will be the average quantity sold per order. So which is like 50.55 quantity sold. So these are our KPIs. We will do the formatting later. Now let's create a visual. So let's create product wise total sales. So I have added the product name. I'll add the total sales. I'll change it to, let's say, clustered column chart, but it will be a simple column chart. Now let's create another visual as bar chart. So we will create, so we can create industry wise sales. Let's create industry wise sales. Now we have industry wise sales. Now let's create a pie chart. So pie chart, what we can create is category wise sales. Okay. So we have the product category here and we can select the total sales. So we have category wise total sales here. So what things we have created? We have created product wise sales, industry wise sales, category wise sales. And let's create another thing. So I was thinking, let's create a parameter, not parameter, let's create a variable and let's create a parameter. Okay, let's create a parameter with all these KPIs and we will use the parameter in these visuals so that if we change, we can see like parameter wise, that particular parameter wise, like that particular metric wise, each visual. Or else let it be. Let's create the initial one, then we will think about it later. Let's create a sales trend. So I think our dashboard size is little small. So let's increase the size first. Yeah, oh fine, it's fine, it's fine. I already increased it. So what we can create now, we can create a sales trend. So let's keep one line chart here. Now let me just drag year from the date. So I'll add year only. Year wise, we can find the total sales. Let's see, we have the sales trend as well. We have product wise. We have product wise total sales. We have industry wise total sales. We have category wise total sales. Let's do one more thing. We can we can have one supplier wise total sales as well. So let's create that in a table graph. So we have the supplier name. I'll select the supplier name here. Sorry. And I'll select the total sales as well. So this will be our table graph. Okay. We still have some space to create and one more visual. So what things we have covered? We covered the category, we covered the industry, we covered the product, we covered the supplier. So we covered the product, we covered the let's create a industry. We have organization. Instead of organization, we have the industry. Let's add organization country-wise sales. Which country's organization is having so much, like they are selling so much. So let's add headquarter country here. So this took the country. I don't want it like this. Let's keep it as the donut chart. Let's keep it as donut chart. So we have these many countries and we will keep the sales. So mostly we have covered so many things in this overview page. Now let's work on the formatting part of the dashboard. First of all, what we can do is we can add a background to this canvas. So I will click on the canvas any place. I'll go to the format your report page section. I'll go to the canvas background. We can select a color, or else we can select any kind of image. So I have downloaded one image. You can download it from Pinterest. Let me just drag that image here. So I'll remove the color part here. So here you can see a image came in the background. I will keep it as stretch. Now we have a background, and this background is looking good. Now let's format some other things. So I'll close the data pane as of now. We will keep open the visualization pane. So let's start with the KPI. So here we can change the KPI call out value as Segoe UI bold, and we'll keep it as 25 only. Okay. And then we will keep it little bit small. Okay. Everything is fine here. Now let's change this to this color and we'll keep it as bold. 14 or 15 is fine. Let's keep the this color as well as blue. Let's go to the effect. We will open the visual border and let's keep it like this only. What we can do, we can add a rounded corner. So let's add rounded corner to 10 points. Let's see. So let's add little bit more. I'll keep it as 15. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. Fine. Now let's keep a background color for this KPI as well. So we'll keep the background color as this gray. For me, it looks fine. Now what size I kept for this? Let's see. So we will keep the size as 130. Let's write 130 to 280. Perfect. Now I will use the format painter in the home and I'll change all my KPIs to the same format. That's perfect now. Let's change the size also to the same. So it should look standardized way. So it is 130 to 80. I'll keep this as well 130 to 80. Same for this. Same for this one. Fine. We will do the aligning later. Let's uh, do format to the visuals as well. So we'll start with this bottom left visual. So here, first of all, I will change the namings here. So instead of product name, I'll just keep it product. And we can keep the total sales as total sales only. Now let's increase the x-axis size to value size to 12. Let's change the color type to this one and let's keep it as bold. In the title, what we can do is it's product wise sales. So we can write product wise sales. Sorry. This is x-axis title. So we can keep it as product only. Product. So it was same. So I'll change the title type as Segoy UI bold. Keep it as 13 is fine. We'll keep the same color. Let's change that. Let's change for the y-axis as well. So y-axis also will keep it as 12. Change the color to this one and we'll keep it as bold. So this is a blue color. Display unit is fine. It is in 100. It is in millions. So it is fine. Automatically we can keep. The title size, let's keep it as 13 as we kept for the x-axis. Then we'll keep the title as Sigo UI bold and we'll keep the color as same. Okay. Now let's go to the general settings. Here we'll go to the effect. We will open the visual border and here we can keep the rounded corner as 15. Is it fine? Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. Let's add a background as well for this. So the gray is looking fine. So let's go with the gray only. Yeah, it's fine. Now for the title part, we'll change the title as product wise sales. And we'll keep the title also in the Segoy UI. We'll keep the size as 15 and we will keep it in the center. Let's add a background color as this one and we'll keep the text color to white. It's looking fine. So now what we can do, we can use the format painter to change our other visuals in the same kind of format. I think this one I can change. The title background is not fine, so we can change to this one only. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay. Here as well we can change. Okay. This one as well. Let's change chicken. So this is looking fine. This one is looking fine. Here we can change the if you are noticing this is in the billions. So let's change the x-axis here. The units to be shown in the millions is fine. No, millions. Yeah, millions is fine. Okay. And in pie chart, if you can see, you can see the pie chart. Here, we have to do some transformation, like we have to do some formatting. So let's change the legend size to 12. Let's change the color to this one, blue. Let's keep it as bold. And oh, okay, this is legend title. So let's remove the title. Let's keep it as bottom left. Here size we can keep it as 10. And data labels we can change the size as 12. We can keep it as this color. We can keep it in bold. And the decimals, I guess we don't need the decimals for the value. So let's remove it to 0. Yeah, fine. This is fine. Now change the donut chart also for the same. And now it's fine. Here also I don't want the decimal part. So I'll go to the data label. For the value decimal, I don't want it. Percentage it's fine, but value. So let's keep this donut chart here. So let me just zoom it a little bit because and we can keep it like this. Instead of HQ country, we will keep it headquarter country. Let's keep it like this. We can do some rearrangement. So this one is fine here. This one is fine. We can keep it here. Product wise, here also we can change the name as industry wise sales. Industry wise sales. This one we can keep it as country wise sales. Category wise sales we can keep for this. Category wise sales. And this one we can keep it as sales trend. Yeah, fine. We'll change the table little bit later. So let's first arrange the visuals. So I'll keep the trend here in the bottom so that because we have only 5 years, so I can just reduce the size and perfect. In this little bit. Okay, fine. This one, the KPIs, what I want is keep in bottom of each other. So first we will keep the total sales, then the average sales, the total quantity, the average units sold. For aligning them, we can select them. So we can do one thing, we can just select them. Okay. We can go to the format. Here you can see align. We will first align it to the left. Then we will click on this distribute vertically so that it will distribute them in the vertical manner. Let's group them. So now we have grouped our KPIs. We have little bit space in the above. So let's utilize that space. Here as well, let's select these three. Let's distribute them horizontally. So now we distributed them horizontally. We just do one thing. So I'll increase little bit size so that they also have some space, gap space. We can keep the category wise sales. Else, let's first keep the industry wise sales. Then we will keep the pie chart. So let's keep the industry wise sales here. Then we will keep the pie chart. Now let's work on the table visual. So here table visual, what we can do. Think I have given little bit extra spaces to the above. Let me just reduce little bit. Because we need above space as well. For our slicers, we will use this space. So what we can do for this table visual, let's format this and increase the header value as 14. Instead of supplier name, we'll keep only supplier. And yeah, let's increase the value also to the 14. 14 is fine. Let's keep the common column header as bold and we'll keep the color as this one. Let's keep the background color as this. Yeah, if we are keeping that, then let's keep it white. For the values, let's keep it as bold and the text color as this one. Alternate text color also as this. And just a second. Yes. So here in the alternate color, I can keep it like this. Or else, yeah, this is also looking fine. The totals also, let's change it to the this color. So I guess we are good now in the. So we have added a line chart, we have added a clustered, like we have added a bar chart, we have added a column chart, we have added a donut chart as well as we have added a pie chart. And our KPIs are also there. So now let's add some slicers, which are necessary ones. So we can see what we can add. So we can add buyer, we can add project, and we can add supplier wise. So let's add the slicers. First we will add the buyer. I'll remove the name from here. I'll keep it as drop down and let's just keep it like this. And buyer, let me just first I'll change it to the Segoy UI bold and I'll keep the size as 13 is fine. Change the color to this one. And also for the values part, we'll keep it 12. We'll keep the bold. We'll keep the color as this. And in the background, let's add the same gray for this one as well. Okay, so here for the values, so we have the border and color. Let's change it to blue. Anything else? I think colors also we have to change. So here header border color is this one. And icon is this one. The header we change, so here also let's keep it as that's fine. So in the general setting, let's add a border. So we kept a buyer slicer, so let's keep a project So I'll change the buyer from here to project name, move the name part from here. Fine. And let's keep a supplier as well. So I'll keep the supplier here. So instead of project, we can just have a supplier. Or else we can keep the organization. Just a second. Yeah, here also I'll remove the organization name in the last. So I'll keep only organization. Now let's align the dashboard elements. So we will select these visuals. As I said in the format, we can first, I'll keep it in the aligned bottom. So these are aligned bottom together. I'll keep distribute horizontally. So these all got distributed horizontally. Just keep a little bit space from here. Yeah, it's fine. For the slicers as well, let's select them. Let's keep on right on top and let's distribute them horizontally so that they are also distributed. Perfect. Let's add some rounded corner that will be also fine for this. Let's keep it 10 points. Use the format painter. Yeah, fine. Let's see our slicers are working or not. Let's see. So yeah, this is working fine. This one. Mm, this one as well. So we are good till here now. Let's keep a title here. So we can keep it as sales overview. Here you can see insert text box option is there. So we will just write it as sales overview dashboard. And we will keep the size to, let's keep it as 44. Let's keep it in the bold in the center. I think 44 is little hard, high, so let's keep it. And I'll remove the background for this. So I'll remove the background and the color I can keep it as white, or else we can go ahead with the gray. Let me just keep it in the center. Yeah, fine. So our overview page for this particular dashboard has been completed. Now let's create a detailed report as well. To complete this dashboard, to complete the end-to-end project. So we'll go to the next page. We'll keep it as detailed report. Here, let's start adding. So first we will add the sales ID. I think it's a little bit large I created. Now let's add the sales ID, then sales date we can add, sale date. So instead of sale date, I'll add the date for the date dimension. Now we can add the, so we have added sales, then date, then the product, which product we have sold is, let's keep the product. Now let's keep the supplier name. First, let's keep the buyer. Let's keep the supplier. Let's keep the organization. Let's add the metrics. Let's keep the project as well because it is a detailed report, so we can keep the project as well. Which project we get. Now let's add the metrics. So we will add the sales. So instead of adding sales first, let's add the total quantity sold. Then let's add here the total sales. Yeah, we can keep this. So we can use the same format as this table report. So we'll select this table report. We'll select the format printer. We can go to the, oh, it's not working. Sometimes it works, sometimes it won't. Again, we'll try. Anyway, let's copy this graph. I'll paste it here. I'll just use the format and I'll remove. As I said, I use the format. Now I'll remove this one. So our detailed report is looking fine. Let me just, instead of total quantity, I'll keep only quantity. Here, instead of total sales, I'll keep only sales. Just decrease the size little bit. The value, I'll keep it as 12. In the headers as well, I'll keep it as 13. Yeah, we can increase the canvas size. That will be fine. So let's increase to a little bit. So it's like 9 is to 16. I'll keep 900 is to 1600. And now we have space. Let's again increase it. So 40, 30. Perfect. Now we have to provide the drill through functionality here. So we will drag all the metrics here in the drill through part. So I have added total quantity. I'll add the total sales. I'll add the average sales. I'll add the average quantity sold. I will add the supplier, project, product, buyer, and also we have the HQ country. Where is that? Yeah, this one. Yeah. Let me just add a title here as well. And the background also. So we can add the background also here. So the background which we kept there was a image. So here also we'll keep the image. We'll fit it as stretch. Or transparency, we will keep it 0. So this button, we can keep the background for this button because it will not work there. So let's keep a background and we'll keep it as this color. We can have a title as well here. So let's add a title. So copy this one only. Paste it there. It as detailed. So it's in center. Now let's check our KPI is working or not. Alright, drill through is working or not. So I will click on the drill through. And here yeah, we can see only the buyer is Amazon. For that Amazon Global, we are seeing all the sales. We can click on this button and we can come to this page. And here after clicking on this. So finally, we have created our first end-to-end Power BI project. We can add multiple functionality as well here, which is like the clear all slicer button, which is like some tool tips on these KPIs or else on these visuals. Or else we can add one more slicer as the time range or date range. But for initial start, we can just create this dashboard end to end and we can create a structure in a structured way. As you can see what we did, we aligned all the visuals together with the help of the format option here we have. Then we used all our practiced visuals, let's say KPI, the card visuals, the bar charts, the pie chart, table visual, the column chart, line chart, the donut chart. And also we have created a drill through functionality here. So this complete end-to-end project you can also create and you can use the data sets. I will keep the data sets in my GitHub repository and I'll keep this dashboard also there for your reference so that you can just go ahead and check how we have added all the things and you can replicate also or you can create a complete new dashboard as well. So thanks for connecting. It was a very great experience explaining all the Power BI concept to you and in the end we have created this end-to-end dashboard. So now I will be coming with the another series of Microsoft Fabric classes which I'll start soon. So as of now, you guys can create this dashboard with the detailed report as well so that we can see the drill through functionality of the dashboard. Okay. So thanks everyone. Let's connect again. Bye bye.